Good afternoon, Year 6, or good morning, depending on what time you're joining me. I hope you've all had a great start to the day and are looking forward to another week of persuasive writing. Now, yesterday, when you completed your promotional adverts on children's exercise toys, I was really impressed with the range of special offers you included. And I was particularly pleased with those children who took on board feedback on Seesaw and improved and edited their work. So really well done. Now, this week, we're sticking with the theme of persuasive writing, but we're going to be focusing on a different kind of product. I'm going to share my screen with you now so you can access today's learning too. Yes, sorry about the delay. There he is, our little learning bear. Now, from looking at the picture, you can probably see or infer just what our product's purpose is going to be. There you can see a bear with alphabet and not counters and numbers written on his arms. So that's probably got you thinking it's something to do with children's learning. Well, if that's what you thought, then you're correct, because this week we are going to be focusing on planning and writing a persuasive advert for a children's educational toy. My turn. Educational. The root word of educational is education, so it will come as no surprise to you that the word educational is linked to a child's learning. We are going to be designing a product today, and yes, you will have the freedom to design your own ideas. We're going to be designing a product today that is suitable for children between the ages of 3 and 5, although you can decide the specific age range yourself, and one that will help us or will help them with their education. What will the purpose of our promotional material be? My turn. Purpose. The purpose is why we write. So what is the reason behind our persuasive, or what is the reason we are writing our persuasive advert? Well, we are writing our persuasive advert because we want to persuade our reader, encourage our reader to purchase, that means to buy, a children's educational toy that we have designed. So our purpose is to persuade or to encourage. Writing can have lots of different purposes. The purpose of instructions is to tell somebody what to do. The purpose of a newspaper report is to inform somebody of what's happened. The purpose of a story, an adventure story, is to entertain your readers and keep them on the edge of their seats. The purpose of a promotional leaflet or persuasive advert is to persuade the reader to do something or encourage them to do something. And we want them to purchase our product. Now, let's think about who our audience will be. Audience. The audience are the people we want to appeal to. They are the people who read our advertisements. Now, lots of you might think the children are the audience and we're writing for the children. But that's not correct. We're writing with the children in mind. However, we are writing for the adults. Have a think. Why are the adults our audience? Yes, well done. Parents are our audience because they are the people who are most likely to buy an educational toy. Not just any adults. Parents without children, perhaps, aren't going to be our audience as much, although some of them might purchase our gift for a present. As well as parents, who else might we be trying to appeal to? Yes, teachers, or nursery teachers perhaps. So you will have to decide who you're writing to. Are you trying to grab the attention of parents and carers, or do you want to hook in nursery teachers who are perhaps looking for educational toys to help children develop, especially after they've been off school for so long? Obviously, if you're writing to teachers, then you need to be really careful about the language you're using, because they probably wouldn't call children who aren't their own your little ones, for example. So you will have to think of different synonyms for children. But I would challenge anybody to make or to write for a different audience other than parents. Right, let's have a look then. Before we start designing our product, it's really important we think about what makes a really popular children's toy. What kind of features should we include to make sure our product sells? Now, I've actually got a message here from Bright Minds. Bright Minds is the UK's top seller of children's educational toys. Let's have a look at what they say sells well. So, the toys need to have an educational aspect and a developmental aspect. That means educational, as I said, means help children with their learning, and developmental means help them to develop skills in one area or maybe even more than one area. So you might want the toy to develop children's skills in identifying colours perhaps, or hearing different sounds. And in terms of helping them with their learning, you might want to help children identify shapes or count or say the alphabet. Or talk. Perhaps you could have a repeat after me function, with the parents also recording their voice too. But really importantly, they've said the toys must also be fun and entertaining. So really think about that when you're designing it. They said the toys should develop your child in the key areas of learning as they play. Now, the key areas of learning for children aged 3 and 4 are probably maths and English, because they provide the bedrock for them to learn everything else. There's no point this toy, whatever you decide to design, teaching your child another language if they haven't mastered English yet, for instance. And these toys are the building blocks of your child's future. And they say, let us help you choose the best educational toys. So any product designer who designs a toy, and we've got two jobs here because we're not just writing about a toy that's been designed, we're actually making up our own toy, needs to think about appealing to the shops, because the shops, first of all, have to buy the products off the designer before selling them to the customers. So you need to make sure, in order for your product to first get to the shops, that it has lots of relevant features that will help children with education, will help develop their skills, and will also be fun and entertaining. Then you'll be in a position to write great persuasive adverts so that lots of people, or lots of parents or teachers, will hopefully purchase them. Let's get started with our plan for today's learning.